The requests are used for tracking malfunctions, problems, or simply communication between the requesters on the assets and the facility team. The request is created by a requester who scans the QR code or enters the data manually. The requester communicates on the request with the facility manager, who then creates a work order based on the request. There are two viewing perspectives of requests, the perspective of the requester and the perspective of the facility manager. From the requester's perspective, after accessing the requests, you will receive a list of all the requests that you have created so far, with basic information where you can see the type of request, description, current status, time of creation, and the asset for which the request was made. By clicking on the plus in the top right corner, you are adding a new request, where you select the asset for which you are creating the request. You can narrow down the list of assets by selecting the appropriate asset group. After that, you select the type of request. Enter the description for your request, assign a priority, and mark if you want the request to be linked to your current location. If you're creating the request by scanning a QR code, all that you're required to do is to define the request type and the description. When viewing the request, you have the possibility to communicate with the facility manager regarding this request and thus follow the progress of realization as well as cancel the request. From the facility manager's perspective, after accessing the requests, you will receive a list of all existing requests with basic information where you can see the type of request, description, current status, time of creation, the requester who made the request, and the asset for which the request was made. By using the filter, you can narrow down the number of requests displayed on the list. When viewing the request, you have the possibility to communicate with the requester. In addition to this, you also have the possibility to create work orders to service providers and forward the geolocation where they should appear. At the top of the list of requests, you have a report called a request book, where you can obtain and analyze necessary data and export it to an Excel file.